Push or pull, a lesson in magnetism. Yesterday on a sales call where I was the prospective client, the sacred mirror turned back towards me. I was explaining one of my website strategies, a bold values section meant to make my politics known and, in my words, repel Trumpsters. The brilliant soul on the other side of the screen paused and smiled. She didn't flinch, she didn't argue, and rather her pause held an invitation for me to breathe deeper. Then she said without a single note of censure, "Your values are powerful, and I wonder how they might serve you even more when they're written to magnetize the ones who are already yours." There was no judgment in her voice, but a part of me felt full-on resistance. I know prosperity energy. Of course what I wrote is aligned. I'm clear on my values, audaciously so. I stand for equity, liberation, dignity, and joy. For building systems that serve people, not strip them. For sacred receiving, ethical business, and full resourcing of rebel-hearted leaders. Who is this stranger to tell me, red alert? Amidst my ego rampage, I remembered a gentle nudge from my dear friend Emily Paul of Evolutionary Alchemy. And if you're not reading her Substack or listening to her podcast, you should be. She encouraged me to name what I am building and creating rather than languaging what I am against. It was a split second, and I felt the earth tilt. The shift I made in that instant was potent. This isn't about softening your values. It's about letting them shine so precisely, so clearly, that anyone out of alignment simply doesn't feel the frequency. You become energetically invisible to misaligned fits, and unmistakably magnetic to the ones who are meant to move with you. Same values, different voltage. This shift isn't theoretical, it's somatic. You can feel the difference in your nervous system when you're building towards a future that thrills you versus defending against a fear that haunts you. One contracts, the other creates. And it's the same with goal setting. When we lock into our outcomes, we often fixate on the gap between here and there, turning every data point into a measurement of lack. But when we commit to one aligned action at a time, one sacred ask, one unapologetic offer, one brave refinement, we stop trying to strong-arm the future into submission, and we start collecting evidence that the universe is already conspiring on our behalf. So here's the truth I'm integrating and inviting you to explore with me. I don't want to repel, I want to resonate. I want my values to ring like a bell in the bones of those who are ready. And I want the next version of my business and myself to radiate with the kind of clean, unshakable prosperity that no algorithm, election, or echo chamber can disrupt. The energy you build with becomes the energy your clients build inside. Reflection prompt. Where in your life or business are you trying to prove, repel, or defend? Where can you shift into radiance, resonance, and trust? Daily affirmations. I know my resonance is the root of my power. I see the field aligning in response to my frequency. I speak values that reverberate like a tuning fork through time. I love from a place so clean it clarifies every connection. I do the work of becoming undeniable. I feel the future arriving ahead of schedule. I am the pulse of a new prosperity, just, radiant, and free. Postscript. Profit is protest, and so is choosing signal over noise. You don't need to push anyone away. Your frequency will do the sorting. Every word you write, every price you name, every boundary you hold, it's all signal. It calls in the ones who are ready. It repatterns the field with your precision, and it builds a business that speaks fluently in the language of your aligned desires.